Poop?
No.
No. Okay. It's so rude to poop in the house.
No, they shouldn't.
You're chewing on a book. Okay.
But how old are they? 2?
The one
Yes.
is only like 4 months, so
But
we have
then
to
it can
like
happen.
kind of watch him. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one's fine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
All right, let's start. Here we
Yes.
go. Hi, welcome to the Finding Harmony podcast. I'm Harmony, and I'm here today with Russell Case.
Harmony.
Yes.
Did you understand from on our website you can go through and you can see what our demographics are and for our listeners and where current trends are.
Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, we're trending in Sweden.
Ah.
Yeah, the Svenskas and the Svens are really becoming very
number one fans
of the show, especially in my homeland of Göteborg. Göteborg is a big. Evidently,
That's
I'm big in Göteborg,
yeah.
where the Lund family has made their ancestral home.
Well, we're joined today by a beautiful Swede.
Really?
Yes.
You brought a Swede onto the show?
Just for you.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing. Wow.
Hello, Lotta. How are you?
Hello. Nice to see you both.
Good to see you
Wow.
too. How do we pronounce your last name properly?
Oh, it's Sebzda, as it sounds. Sebzda.
Sebzda the Svenska.
No, it's actually it's Polish because my husband is born in Poland and British.
Mówi panu po polsku?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She knows just enough to say no.
It's like dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry, dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Cześć, stara, cześć.
So you can speak Polish.
Ty rozumiesz? No. Rozumiem. Yeah.
Kafka is coffee. No, I cannot.
Kafka.
Kafka is a good word to know. Yeah.
Once I knew how to ask where the pretty girls were in Polish, but I was told recently that I've misremembered. It's like gdzie to jest piękna kobieta, and like now it's like evidently that's not correct at all.
But you are very good in Polish.
Well, I used to know where the pretty girls were.
Yeah. You used to know how to
but you have a pretty girl next to you.
I do. Yeah. She is a Canadian.
Yes.
Canadian.
Yeah,
but where are you from then? Where are you from?
From America.
This podcast is about you, and it's a long, stupid story.
Yeah. But
and I always end up talking about my mom and my dad. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
His grandparents.
So the great-grandparents, George Lund.
Georg Lund, yes.
Lund, a flat plane. And they named a city after it, which was nice. They came from Göteborg and they settled in Chicago like all the other good Swedes.
Okay.
Yeah. Andersonville.
A lot of Polish people in Chicago too.
They came later.
Yeah. And they came here to Sweden.
Oh, yeah. They were starving in Sweden.
Is that how you met your husband?
You were both starving.
Actually, he was he lived in London. He moved from Poland to London when he was like a child. So he's a British citizen. And still is, but we are married since 30 years back. So he was already living here, so I didn't need to do the big job to get him here. So it was good.
Nice. You met in Sweden then.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's good.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
30... How did you meet?
It was out on the club.
The club, clubbing.
Yeah. Yes. I was clubbing a little bit.
Yes. This is what we want to hear about.
Yeah.
Oh yes, everybody wants to hear that. No,
so like ABBA clubbing, or is there something later, more punk clubbing?
No. This was ABBA wasn't. I'm not that old. No, they almost didn't I think they were not together by that time I was clubbing.
Yeah.
It was more my
Oh,
sister
yeah.
that is elderly sister.
Yeah.
She's 5 years old, older than
Elderly
me.
sister. Yeah.
Elderly sister. Do you say so?
Yes,
Sure, we
yes,
do.
yeah.
My elder sister
say
is
older.
elderly,
Elder.
which means she's
Elder.
frail and weak.
Okay. Oh, sorry. No, she's not. She's very strong.
Not elderly then. Yeah. Just
Elder sister.
elder
Okay,
sister.
good.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun.
But she
so
must be
fun.
she must be almost 60 then.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
She has her birthday today. So happy birthday, sister.
Happy birthday. How do you say happy birthday in Swedish?
Grattis på födelsedagen.
Oh, fucking hell. I don't think this is my
leave that.
language.
Leave that one.
Grattisbögen. It's a good.
Actually, because I was talking to her just now, so it was.
Yeah. Oh,
I
nice.
had done my duty. I was calling
Yes.
her this morning, but she didn't answer.
Oh,
But
maybe
I
she was
was a bit-
sleeping in for her birthday.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother and I share a birthday.
Kind of. You're a day
Do you?
apart.
That is great. That is awesome that you have the same. But you're not twins?
No.
And it's not really
He
the
is
same.
kind of a hefty Hungarian, and I'm more of a light,
Swedish.
thin-boned Swede. Yeah, so we're a little different.
Yeah. He's not elderly.
He is elderly, actually.
He is.
Yeah.
He's
If
an
he's
elderly
listening to the
brother.
show, everyone
Okay.
thinks of him as elderly.
Oh.
So I'm going back to Lotta now.
Oh,
Enough
yeah.
about you.
Yes.
No, but she
Okay.
wanted to know about the birthday.
So
It's nice to chit chat.
yeah.
Mm.
We met your husband now 30 years ago.
We met your
Yes.
husband 30 years ago?
Yes, metaphorically
Oh.
speaking.
Oh, I see. It's
And
a
then
figurative. Yeah.
you had 2 children.
Yeah, we got pregnant immediately.
Him as well.
Yes.
Oh.
Him too, very.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's you don't hear about that very often, but it's unpleasant.
It was. I was pregnant. I got pregnant, of course.
Yes.
No,
Clubbing.
after
You were out
clubbing,
clubbing and then came
Yeah.
home and got pregnant.
exactly, almost
Almost.
a year.
A year later.
Oh,
A year
I see.
later.
Yeah.
But actually,
Yeah.
first we bought a dog, and then we realized, oh, we have to move in together, because we had a
Right.
dog.
Oh
And
my
then we got-
gosh.
It was very quick,
Yes.
quick
Yeah.
speed dating, and then we had Hannah, and now she's 30.
Amazing.
And then later on, William came, and he is 26 now.
Mhm.
So,
Incredible.
Yeah, they're adults.
and now we have two.
My
Yes, they
goodness.
are very adult. They don't
my
live here. We only have the
Oh.
cats,
Oh, yeah.
but we have 2 beautiful grandchildren. So we are
Oh,
so
wow.
lucky.
You're one of
Yeah.
those grandmothers that club.
Yes.
Mm.
No, it was 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah. It's a long time to be clubbing.
Yeah.
But you are a grandmother that does handstands.
Yeah, they are like, oh, my grandmother, please, can you stop doing yoga? No, I'm just going to do a handstand. No.
Mhm.
Russell learned to do handstands from his grandmother.
She
too.
is also Swedish.
Nah.
It's true.
Dorothy Lund.
Dorothy
How
Lund.
Dorothy is that
Dorothy.
Can that be a Swedish name, Dorothy? Everyone called
No,
her Dot.
Yeah, that is
Dorothy.
more
Dot.
Dot.
Dotty.
But
Dotty.
that is the English name.
Oh
Dorothy.
yeah,
So
Dorothy.
Dottie
yeah,
is
yeah.
good.
Dotty.
That is
Dotty
huge.
Lund. Dotty Lund.
Dottie Lund.
She, as long as I knew her, she never ate. She only smoked cigarettes and drank beer. She was.
That's what we should do instead of practicing
the
yoga every morning.
She had the giant belly and very long, gangly arms and legs, and it was like. And I came to associate that with Sweden, honestly.
It is the air here.
Anyone with Sweden was probably like a nice belly and long arms and legs.
Not Lotta.
Long arms.
Long arms.
No,
yeah, show
no
the belly.
belly, but long
show
arms.
the belly. Come on. Man.
No.
And
it's my cookie belly today.
my grandmother would just sit there and smoke and tell me things, about people.
Yeah.
Always very awful things.
Mm.
And my cousins were all, we were at a wedding and my cousins were all trying to do handstands. And I was just sitting there with grandma because I'm what they call a beta cuck. I don't know what they call it. And a weak little boy. And my grandmother, blew smoke in my face and said, "That's not how you do handstands. They're doing it with their muscles." I was like, "Is there some other way to do handstands, Grandma?" So yeah, you put your hands down, you find a spot, and you kick yourself up. If you find your spot, everything will fall into place. That's it. You can stay up all day. No problem.
So good.
Yeah, and I was like, it's
So
true.
true.
It's really true. If you follow that recipe, truly, a handstand is quite easy.
I'm gonna
actually yes.
Actually, yes.
I think so too. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this just for a second because I keep getting these error messages.
Oh, and there might be.
And I'm gonna stop and start it again, and then we can combine.
And I'm getting rid of these dogs.
Yeah, get rid of the dogs while we're at it. Part two.
Now we're back, and all of the party-like atmosphere from the original recording, it's all dissipated. Gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. Serious now. Now we really need to do a good job and introduce our guest. Now, besides being from Sweden, which is exciting.
Yes.
Why did you want to bring
But we were also talking about her children.
But
and
we need to
talk
introduce
about her story. Okay.
We need to introduce our guest to our audience.
Okay, well, you're kind of famous, Lotta. Why are you famous?
No. You need to introduce. Who is this person?
She can introduce herself.
My name is Lotta. My name is Lotta.
You're like an influencer.
Well, do you know what?
Did you grow up wanting to be an Instagram influencer?
Yes,
on the
definitely.
You are a famous hairdresser. You are a very famous Instagram yoga influencer and a grandmother, and you're on the show today to talk to us about your, how do you say, joie de vivre. So grateful to have you on the show, Harmony. This is 170 episodes. You should know how to do this by now.
I let people introduce themselves.
No, you don't. You let me introduce them. I've gotten...
You like introducing people. I like having them introduce themselves.
No, that's never
how
we
both.
Do. So
thank you very much.
So how did you become so famous?
Well, I think it is because I started my account when I was like 50, and
but that's only 6 years ago, Lotta.
Exactly. I got Colin. We got Colin, the grandson, first grandson. And I think it was like, wow, a grandmother with a grandson doing those weird stuff on the yoga mat. And I was really into to learn how to do handstands when I was 49. So I was very late in my passion for handstands. But so I think that maybe that was inspiring people because I am old in this world, in the Instagram world. I am quite, I am old. So
elderly.
And I'm elderly. No, I'm elder.
You're elder.
Elder stateswoman of the form.
Yeah, but I think that might, because people say, oh, I want to be like you when I grow up. So I think,
right. Like a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Grow up.
What do your grandsons
I want to be like you when I grow in.
What do your grandsons think about you and your Instagram fame?
No, actually he's 6 years old. So
he doesn't know.
No,
he has no form of critical analysis.
He's gonna be like, oh, my grandma's famous.
No, I don't see it that way. It's like many people that are joining my account, which I am very happy for, and I'm happy to be there to inspire people to like don't give up on themselves and you know,
I think it's super inspiring.
What is your Instagram handle
thank-
again?
handle?
It's her name, Lotta.
Yeah,
Lotta
I thought she'd be
Lotta
fresh with the
Sebzda Yoga.
lingo.
Sebzda Yoga.
Sebzda Yoga. Wow.
Yeah.
And
But you also do the cold dipping too. I see
Yes.
you doing the cold
That is my
cryo
new
dipping.
passion. Yes, it's like very good for the brain, and
Yeah.
it's good for the body, and it's very good after practice. I like to do it not every day, of course not, because it's my practice first, and that takes time. You know that, both of you, and then if I'm going to add the cold bath, I will never go to work. You know, I will never be there. You know, I already start 11 o'clock during the day, so I'm happy. I'm not that yogi that I'm a bad yogi because I don't go up with the sun like 4 o'clock.
I think you're fine.
Oh yeah.
You're 56 years old. I don't think it's manageable to get up at 4 a.m.
The sun comes up at 8, though. You know.
Well, the sun this time of year it never comes up.
It never comes up. Yeah.
Summertime, it's up all night. So
you have to you only sleep 1 hour.
Yes,
that's right.
Swedish yogis have to be on a different schedule.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I have a
cold bath cold bath is twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, but weekends I love to do it.
But you go in like the lake, right? Or is it a lake?
Yes.
The
sea. Yes, it's a big lake. It's not a sea because this is like in the middle of Sweden. But as we live in Stockholm, so if we go like 25 kilometers to the other side of Stockholm, we have the sea. But it's not I don't know what you say in English, but it's not that salty sea. It's like
inland sea.
Bräckt water.
Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Like fresh water.
But brackish water has a bit of salt
brackish.
in it. Brackish. So, Stockholm is south of Göteborg, is that right?
No, it's no. Gothenburg is on the west coast, and we are. Don't you know where Stockholm is?
I don't have any clue. Yeah.
on the right, if you see Sweden like this, we have Gothenburg on the left side, and we have Stockholm on the right side, a little bit above.
No,
so we are north.
Okay.
Yes.
Now look at you saying Gothenburg, but it's Göteborg in Swedish.
Göteborg.
Oh my goodness.
You're not even pronouncing
Tim
it properly.
Feldman taught me, and he taught me wrong.
Yeah.
Göteborg. And then
but he has his Danish, you know.
He's
Danish. And Stockholm, how would you say Stockholm in
But you are quite good. Stockholm. It's good.
Stockholm. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Stockholm.
Okay, I want to get into the yoga journey now.
Yeah.
So how did you get into yoga? You're hairdressing, you're a mom, you have a full busy life, raising kids, cutting hair, styling.
Very fashionable.
You see how I look in my hair.
What made you think like I should do some yoga?
No, it was actually like late 90, before 2000. After I got William, our second child, I got very my immune system was very low. I almost had like asthma, allergic. So I was very thin. I was breastfeeding him a lot. So, and I was into more before, like I was gymnast as a little, I was dancing in between, and then I did aerobics in the 90s,
right?
80s. Yes, of course.
And the early 90s.
And then I was only out jogging, and that was it wasn't so good for me because I was only like getting thinner and thinner. And then I was like, well, now I have to do something for myself. So to get stronger, and how do I do that? And it was like 2 studios in Stockholm. And I found Gittan Hendele, my teacher. Do you know Gittan Hendele?
Well,
Have you
I
heard
read
about her?
about him from from the bio. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was Maria's and her studio.
Maria Box, yes, Maria Box had
Mm.
Yoga Shala, and
Maria, I know well.
Gitan, and Gitan, I know her too.
Of course.
and Gitan Hendle, she had the other studio. So those two, they were the first in Stockholm that opened, and I landed with Gitan, and she was so good for me because she was really putting me down on earth, and she told me off when I needed to, and she was really like fair, honest.
Also like a traditional Ashtanga style school.
Definitely. Yes, definitely. And she didn't like talk so much. She just did. And if we were curious, we could read if we wanted, but she didn't push it, to our. So I was curious. I was reading a little bit, and then the more you practice, the more you practice, it happens in the body, in the mind, and then later on, she just asked me, can you think about assisting me? And I was like, me? Oh, I have to ask my husband. It was okay. No, it was really nice to have that question from her. It was I was happy when she asked me. And then I started to assist her, and she taught me how to teach, and we were reading. She was easygoing, so
nice.
Yeah, she was
so
really,
you started
and
when
she
you
was.
were...
I got William by 32, somewhere there. Yeah.
And then how did you balance having like a young child and a sort of little bit still young, middle-y, teeny child, preteen, with yoga and working and being
I don't know. I don't know. No, I started once a week, and then I added twice a week, and then I did one more day at home, and I did my practice in the evening. When I put them to bed, I was singing the mantra. So, and they fell asleep to the mantra, So William, 26 years old, he still sing the mantra. Actually, that is quite cute. But
was it?
No, it was like the starting mantra,
Oh, so, the Ashtanga Yoga mantra.
Ashtanga. Yes, Vande Gurunam. So that is his thing when he's out clubbing now, singing mantra.
It was Madonna's thing too for a while when she was out clubbing.
Wow.
I know. No, but it was so funny with that mantra, with the Vande Gurunam. It was not a long time ago. His friends told me, William, he knows the mantra, and he sings it. Is the best way to get girls. It's like, come on. They didn't know that he could, it was so funny.
That's hilarious.
Well, yes,
it's been
hilarious.
My experience as well.
No, but when you spend so many times singing that mantra, they don't know the end, the finishing mantra, because then they sleep. So they were already asleep. So no, but then the older they got, the more I added. So I took it very slow because I didn't have time. So, and I, busy morning, busy evening, and working. And then when I started to teach, I did the evening for beginners, and later on Mysore, and evening Mysore, and then later on one morning Mysore. And then it was like, I didn't have so many classes because I didn't have so much time. I think it was four classes a week I had as most.
Yeah. That's, I mean, that's still a lot if you're working a full-time job and being a mom.
40 hours. Yes. Yeah. So that's also a reason why I never went to Mysore, actually, because I should have gone there when Papa Joyce was still there, it would have been amazing. But yeah. So
but when you have
then,
little babies at home.
Yeah, and
it depends on
Gita.
this. You may want to edit this out, but it depends on how big your bottom is. Because if you have a nice plump bottom, then it can be very nice for a 90-year-old man to kind of really take two hands. But if you have a thin bottom, then it's, it doesn't happen quite as much. You may want to edit that out. You're going to edit that out.
Yeah. I am not so much into that story. Actually, I've heard a little bit, but my teacher, she never talked about it. So
we didn't
I
give
only
a shit. That's what we didn't care.
You were there.
Talked about it.
Yeah.
My wife at the time kissed him on the lips hundreds of times.
All the girls did.
All the girls did. And all the girls.
He was happy.
He was a very happy man. We all liked it. The boys would try to sneak kisses, and he was like, no.
No, but it would have, it was back then when I started to practice, it would have been nice to be there. But first of all, I was busy with my family. Second of all, I don't like Indian food. So how can I live?
Well, Indian food made in Sweden is probably not to your taste, but Indian food made in the south in Mysore can be exquisite.
Okay.
Also can have worms.
That's why that I'm terrified by parasites, worms, like everything. So I'm so, I should eat boiled rice, maybe.
Boiled rice. Yeah.
Boiled, very, very
all
boiled.
Food should be cooked at tremendously high temperatures.
No.
And do you own your own hairdressing salon as well?
Yeah, I have what do you say? I have a friend that I own it with. So
a partner.
We have been having this shop for 11 years, but before that we actually had 2 other salons in the same time, together with a few others. So we were very busy, and then we 11 years ago we stopped working with them and started this place where we have today. And she actually, this woman, she was the one who said you should try Ashtanga yoga. So she was already on the mat before I was, and that is the woman I work with today. So that is it's thanks to her.
That's amazing. I mean, so on top of it, you're an entrepreneur running your own business.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, but when you are there, I'm working there, so everything is just floating through. So it's fine. It's not more work. It's more like you are the person who takes the garbage, fixing the lamps, the computer when it doesn't work. So you're not the fancy boss. If it's like it's like we do the all the heavy stuff, and also my husband helps a lot too with the salon.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. So you started off just like 1 day a week, and then how long was it before you were like full in?
6 days a week.
6 days a week.
It was I think I felt very much full into the practice when I was up in 4 or 5 days, but from 5 to 6 days. That just happened. So I think it was very heavy to start with the 5th day from 4 days practicing. It was heavy to get that 5th day, but then 6 days it was a piece of cake, sort of. I don't know why. It was I think that was like 13 years ago I started 6 days a week.
Wow. What changed for you? Was there a life change that happened at that time? Did the kids leave? Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I knew.
Yeah, it was, let's see, William. Yeah, because William, now I'm back to William. He moved out when he was 16 because he was a professional skier. So he left.
Wow.
So, and our daughter, she's older, so she was in such a hurry to move out too, because she didn't want to be worse. Like, she wanted to be better than her little brother, so she wanted to move out.
But often, if you stay with your parents, you can make a lot more money.
Yeah,
and then you can be better than your brother. No.
Yeah, exactly.
She didn't worry about
So
that.
she left too. The same summer they left, and that was like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
It was sad. So keep your children close to you.
I know. If I really think about it, I get teary.
I'm
yes,
going to
I
be
was crying so
encouraging him
much
to get out as soon as possible.
No,
he tried to put a pull-up bar in the house, and he didn't ask permission, didn't tell me he was bringing it to the house, and I want him out.
That's good.
No, I want him out of the house. He
Stop
can't.
it. People are going to take you seriously.
No one
exaggerating
takes me
now.
seriously, Harmony.
No,
Yeah, people do. They're going to be like, "Oh, something's wrong in their home."
No, but
we'll get letters, just
don't
like
get letters, do we?
So silly.
I don't. Yeah.
No, but but how old is he?
He's 12. He's
But
taller than his mother.
His pull-up bar. I know.
That's good.
He needs to work out. Plus, you want to work out with it too.
I want to also use it, but I want my house to look the way that I like it.
Oh gosh.
That wait 10 more years and you will.
Yeah, you'll get it back.
Yeah. And it's quiet and it's like
too quiet then, right?
Yeah. No, but then I started to work to practice only by myself at home. Actually, like when I started this new place, like 11 years ago, the salon.
What
as well, Gitan. Yeah, because Gitan actually sold her place.
Right.
So I stopped teaching there, and my home was gone. My home shala was gone. But she said, "You manage. You are fine. You don't need me," she said.
Yeah.
I have said that many times to my students. You'll be fine. You don't need me. And it's always sort of life devastating for them. And yet, as a teacher, when your student leaves,
it's true.
They just disappear. They didn't it's a life devastating for me as well when the students leave.
I think as a teacher, you experience more students going and coming and going than the students experience teachers going.
Exactly, definitely. No, but she was never holding us there. She let us try, because back then teachers came to Stockholm. It was many guest teachers that came here, and I think it was the second summer or something. I was on many workshops, and I was like more confused after that, because you have so many different teachers giving you advice, and it was like, no, I need to go home to my home shala. Where I belong. So
that's quite a wise position, because I think most people just end up packing contradictory statements on top of each other in their practice. But to say to yourself, no, I think I've had enough. This is becoming a problem. That really shows a lot of foresight on your part as a student.
Yeah.
But
you get a little bit confused.
Yeah. And you'd also been practicing on your own, like one day a week or several days a week. So you kind of had like a strong inner compass, it sounds like.
Yeah. And that was actually one thing she always said to us: you're going to do this by yourself. And so she encouraged us. It can sound like she wasn't the person who wanted to have students, because she was like, now you go. But she was a good teacher. She was really good teacher. And she also had I stick to Lino came there to our studio, and also Petri, and Petri still comes to he comes to Sweden many times a year, and I meet him every time he's here.
Petri used to borrow my car in New York. Yeah, I had this fabulous 1985 Nissan 300ZX. It was amazing. And it could go much faster than you'd think, but the tires wouldn't hold up after 160. It's like, so kind of had to keep it in fourth gear. You couldn't put it into fifth gear very often because you would rip the tires off.
Oh my God. Did he do that?
Petri loved that car. And so he would
he
borrow
loves
it.
cars.
He does. He would borrow it. He would take it upstate New York and pick up girls and go Tibetan throat. He was always Tibetan throat singing is what he would do upstate New York because we needed the car.
Yeah.
And I put Tibetan throat singing in quotes.
Oh gosh. He was only in New York because he was dating that actress.
She was in LA, but there was I can do a list of girls if you want instead. It's not that kind of show. Under the
radar.
Under the radar. Yeah. All the girls loves Petri.
I know, right? Yeah. That's so nice. So that's such a nice also like teacher student connection to develop that he's always coming back and you can practice with him, and it's so nice.
We are the elderly. The older yogis in the corner. No, but it's so fun to have him in Stockholm and to beat him a few times a year. It feels like a connection also where I belong. So it's otherwise I tried to connect to a new studio in Stockholm, but it doesn't work. I have my friend, my best friend here in Stockholm that is a yoga teacher, and she has a shala and she also cooks vegan food. She is the one I do the retreats with, and there is my sort of home shala. Even if I don't practice there, I work there. I help her when she is away. I help her to take the Mysore mornings. But I prefer springtime when it's light outside, so I can manage to go to work after. So, it is difficult to change. I think it's because I am a habit person. I was with Gita for so long, and then taking a new studio with a new teacher. When Gita says to you, you manage yourself. But and I have Petri. I can ask him if it's something, and I ask. I also have one more teacher, Natalia Paisano.
Yes,
Where
Natalia,
is she?
Beautiful Natalia. She's in Spain.
Yeah.
She's in Spain.
Yeah, Mallorca now. She was here in Stockholm actually.
She
used to live and teach in Stockholm too, right?
Yeah, she had a studio. So when Gitan stopped, I jumped over to Natalia. Now and then I was there practicing with her. And then when she moved, I said, "No, don't move." Why?
Don't go.
No, why shouldn't I move? You're never here anyway. Well, I know you are here. I know you are here in Stockholm, so I can go to you if I want to. No, but so I meet her more when she moved to
you're up in Stockholm in the winter and you're thinking, oh, I need a vacation, I should go to Palma to Spain.
That's so
visit
good.
Natalia.
I would also like to have Petri.
Yeah, you should come here.
I would like to. I would really like to come. And also, I think if Harmony had a 6-day-a-week practice in Mysore, a Mysore class in Calgary, I would go to that. She's quite hard, like really fierce. Like the first time I ever took her class, she stepped on my fingers.
Oh, I love those
because like they weren't wide enough. She would stomp on them. She'd punch you in the back.
Oh,
good.
She's
good
tough.
harmony.
And my heart of hearts, I said to myself, "Wow, I could actually get good again in this room." I felt it. I was like, "Wow, this could really go someplace." But now I woke up at 2:30 and 3 o'clock for so long. like the sweet indulgence of waking up at 7:30 or 8 is just too delicious. I feel so rested all the time. I feel so healthy and good.
So you go up 7:30?
No, he wakes up at 7:30 or 8.
Yeah, I go up at 7:30 or 8. And the dogs are draped on me, and I feel so much better and happier and cleaner than I ever did waking up at 2:30, which was horrifying, like terrifying, actually.
Terrifying for me. When I hear it, I get like, no, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Do you ever get terrified?
What time do you wake up, Lotta?
I can, if I know it's going to be for a short while, I can go up 4 o'clock, of course. But I'm working to 7. I'm home 8 o'clock in the evening. I eat and then I say good night, and then I go to bed. It's not a good life to live, for longer than a few weeks. But that is fine with a few weeks. But I prefer to go up, to wake up without the alarm, 6 o'clock, 6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I hear my husband in the kitchen making coffee, and I'm like, coffee.
Yeah.
So
I hear my son whistling like modal
getting ready for
jazz
school
in the morning, and I just want to put the pillow over my face.
No, but then you are up too late in the evening.
I must be, but he loves to whistle, and he's very musical. And it's a bit much, I think, in the morning time.
It's sweet.
Everything's
a bit much for you in the morning.
I like it quiet. Yeah.
But how did you manage to go up so early if you are if you like to sleep? Yeah, how? Tell us.
Well, what for me, this whole practice is emotional immersion therapy. And so my response to the practice is very deeply emotional, very deeply based in shame and
guilt.
Not guilt. I never feel guilty. I feel
it's a woman's emotion.
Fear and shame. And so the moment I wake up and I know I have to do something, I do everything that I can to get myself to a position physically where I feel like I will be okay. It's like, okay, if I'm waking up and I'm going to see Petri in New York, and I know that Petri is going to it's 1999, 2000, I know that Petri is going to put me into Kapotasana.
Yeah.
Immediately when I wake, I'm terrified. So I have to do
But that was back then.
And I have to do nothing changed. I have to do A, B, C, and D, and then E. I will start to feel like things are possible and I will be okay, and I can go in to do a practice.
Yeah.
He does like a mini practice before the practice.
I would call it a maxi practice.
A maxi practice before the practice.
I do a 2.5 hour maxi practice warm up before I go in to do an hour practice, because I will break. I'm a fragile Swede.
You're fragile. But I've heard about that. I have a friend here in Stockholm that does that. He has his practice is 4 hours,
including the warm up time.
The warm up, the nauli, the everything, and then 2 hours practice, and then
Then you need like 1 hour shavasana.
Yeah. He needs
I would
that
take 1 hour shavasanas as well. I would sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you get up at 2 in the morning, you have to sleep for a long time after you practice.
Yeah. So Harmony, when do you wake up?
5 a.m.
And does nothing. She does nothing for hours.
I don't do my practice then, but I wake up then.
No.
I don't know.
But
what
that is
you're
nice
doing.
to wake up. It's nice to wake up.
You're emailing like Lotta at 5 in the morning.
Yes. And I respond when I eat my lunch. Because that is the same time.
Lotta and hundreds of other women around the world. That's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
So
She's
back
moving
to Lotta.
on.
Yeah.
She's moving on.
I don't need all this criticism coming from this corner over here.
I'm not criticizing. I'm telling it as it is. That's not a criticism.
I'm putting up a glass wall.
Yeah, exactly. So we have gone through cold baths, practice.
Cold bath practice, but I want to get to your routine. So you're in bed, you wake up at 6:30, you smell the coffee, you get your coffee.
Kafka.
Then
Kafka.
do you have like a routine, like a warm-up routine, or do you just like go right into it? How are you
No.
feeling at 56?
I don't need 1 hour or 2 hours. I have my coffee, I have my shower, I put myself on the mat and I warm up my wrists. Sometimes I sit for a while, but I prefer to meditate after practice. But I can sometimes I sit breathing a little bit, and I like to warm up my wrists, my hips, my moving around a little bit gently on the mat before. But it's like between 5-10 minutes warm up.
Like a little pigeon, a little Supta Virasana, a little
warm up your
I
wrists.
have the same routine. I like this.
Yeah, it's good. And
a little pressure.
Cat and cow. Yeah, exactly. Because
right.
the older we get,
the joints.
It's like the joints are like I'm a bony person, It's like I'm not a cuddly. I'm like I have bones. I'm not so soft.
You're quite thin. You're skin and bones, as we would say.
Skin and bones. Yeah, I am. And the older I get, the more the skin doesn't stuck on the muscles. It's like
it's
off the muscle.
I know it gets loose, right?
Yeah.
That's why all the ladies are doing the Botox.
No, it's super bad for you.
Because the skin gets
that
kind
stuff,
of loose.
that filler moves around your face, and it doesn't stick in the same
I don't
place.
think it's good.
It's not good.
They should just do what you do,
of course
Lotta.
not. Yeah, no, but you put if you put like it's poison into your body. It's like crazy.
It's botulism.
Yeah. No, it's better to laugh and have fun and practice and do cold bath.
And do cold bath.
The
cold bath, do you find is good for your joints, like for the inflammation with this?
Yes. Because because of my work, I have issues with my
shoulder.
I have,
of course.
And I love to go into the cold bath when it's like really bad, because it's gone for an hour and then it goes back. But it feels better, after the cold bath. And it's good for everything: immune system, blood circulation, depression, menopause. It's perfect for my if I feel low, like don't have any energy, or I'm in a bad mood, I have to go to have a bath. But also practice, of course, the practice helps us with that too. And some handstands now and then in between.
Do the handstands.
That helps.
But how did you become obsessed with handstands?
I saw Kino. Yeah, it was
Kino. But Kino was always asking me for advice how to do handstands. Why don't you call me? Go ahead.
Back in the day.
Tell me about Kino.
No, but I saw her when it was 7 years ago, I think, or something. 8 years ago it must have been, because when she pressed up into a handstand, I was like, what did she do? I don't say I must, I would love to do that. And then I really thought, well, I was 48 and a half back then, so I turned 57 this summer, so it was a while ago. And I was like, if I can do this before my 50th birthday, I would be very happy. So I didn't say anything to anyone. I was only practicing here at home by the wall, and I looked at her video and I looked at her YouTube channel, I think. And then you got into Instagram back then, and I saw another girl called Erin Kellyard. She's not an Ashtangi, but she's so funny. She's heavy. She has beautiful, like, handstand strong. She's more into flow.
Kellyard.
Erin Kelly art. So it's
Art.
her
Okay,
Insta.
got it. Yeah.
And she inspired me too.
Yeah.
And then I had a half a year left to 50, and I was pressing up.
Wow.
So I did it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And, yeah, it was fun. But you know, it took a little bit focus from the practice, of course. But it was, you know, it's my practice, and I take care of it. I was thinking, I continue, because I didn't mix anything. I did it in the end after practice. I did a few handstands. So, you know.
And you didn't like take lessons or anything. You just kind of watched some tutorials on
do it
online and kept doing it.
Do it the grandma way.
Yeah, just
I did the grandma way. Yeah,
keep it simple. Yeah. It's quite simple.
And so,
you know, 10 minutes a day, or I don't know. If you ask my husband, it was more, but I don't think, because when I was working, I didn't have, or when I was working in the weeks, I didn't have more time than like 10 minutes.
Right.
But weekends, he could lift me off the mat after like an hour, because I was crazy. But now I'm grown up now. I know it's
6 years later.
6 years later, I've learned my lesson. No, a few wrist problems and a few.
Yeah, you'll get that with the press ups. I was gonna ask you, when I thought about doing the press up, and what the first thing that I would teach people is about the forward bend.
Yes.
Is that you have to have a forward bend. That pelvis has to get as close to the thighs as possible to close that space.
Yeah.
And then you keep that bandha. And then when you press up, the whole bandha, the whole construction of the pelvis is a tight little box.
Yes.
And then when you press down, the feet come up. It seems like we are on the same page.
We are at the grandma page.
The grandma page,
you know, and that is also, you know, you see strong men pressing up, but they don't have the flexibility in their hamstrings, so they are more wider. So that is,
they have
what
to be
your
much
grandma,
bigger arms to do it.
Yes.
And that's
so
a waist.
We lift up more with the flexibility of the hamstrings.
Yes.
And if you have the hips over the shoulders, you are up already.
Oh, it's easy. You're already there. That's why I say people, the legs are weightless if the hips are over the head. There's nothing to worry about, nothing to do.
No, but you have to engage the legs as well. And point the toes.
Oh, yeah. If I haven't done it in a while, the front of my thighs, the rectus femoris, it becomes like cramping. Cramping little rocks.
Yes. Like, I know. I can get that because I love to lower to the L sit.
Oh, yes.
As well.
Yeah. Lower to the sit also, from the handstand.
Yes. Because that is also about the like very compression between
the pelvis and the chest, the thighs and the chest. Yeah, they have to be like stuck, glued together to get to lower through the hands to sit.
Yeah, and if you don't have the strength in the leg, you get the cramp.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, very nice.
So that is a funny side hobby I have from the.
It's nice to talk about that. It's very wonky, and I mean, and in wonky I mean not weird, but into the details. And it's nice to hear that it's universal. Like you have your system of doing a handstand, and I'm prying. It's like, oh, it's the physics are the same for everywhere.
Yes, it's the same as going into a shala, Ashtanga yoga shala. It's the same everywhere. If you know, if you feel the Nagshampa, you know it's the place.
Yeah. And one thing a friend of mine said, Olaf Kaufus, a very funny name. It's almost half Swedish, half Greek. Olaf said to me, Danish even. Yeah. He said, "Oh, you have super flexible wrists," and I said, well, yeah, I have super flexible. I mean, doesn't everyone have flexible wrists? And Oh no,
I
your
do
wrist. No
either.
wonder your wrists hurt. Oh look,
I
yeah.
get pain in my wrist too.
And if you have a
Yeah.
flexible wrist, then so much of your body is so much farther over your hands already that when the feet come up, your hips are already over your fingertips.
Yeah.
And
So you
it
don't have
becomes
to be
easier.
so flexible.
Yeah.
You don't have to be so flexible in your hamstrings.
Right. I can just get my
No, I was
whole,
only-
I just get everything bent over my fingers. Then it's easy. But yeah, you will get pain in the wrists for sure.
I find it interesting that you classify like your handstand practice or this, you know, it was like a separate practice from your Ashtanga practice.
Yeah.
So you'd like get up and do sort of the traditional Ashtanga practice, and then the handstand practice is something different. You kind of, it sounds like to me, consider it something different or separate from your regular practice.
Yeah, I separate because my Ashtanga practice is if I have to choose something, that Ashtanga yoga wins, of course, because that is the best I know. But the handstands are fun. but I try to, you know, if you have the 6 days a week practice, you have to save the energy to just move through the asanas and or have shorter practice. Of course, if you don't feel like, if you are tired in your body, you shouldn't push. And I'm not doing handstands in between every asana, of
Why
course
not?
Definitely not.
Why not?
Well, I should be very elderly if I did it.
Very elderly.
Because that's what we did when we came up with David Swenson.
That's
what we did. Every vinyasa is an opportunity to practice your handstand. But you would keep a pike. You don't let the feet go all the way up because that's a handstand.
Yeah.
But you're in it. You're everything. Your entire body is sitting on your wrists. It's a handstand. By definition. So the sun salutations and then all the vinyasa was an opportunity for me to practice the lift, as we were talking about, press.
But of course, that we can do, but not the full handstand. I love to do the tuck jumps. Yes, exactly. I love to do the tuck jumps, but then again, maybe I don't have the strength for it through the whole practice. And sometimes I feel like doing the tucks to engage my bandha more, or you know, it's like it's different every day, you know that.
One time when I was 27, I was practicing next to Mark Darby in Mysore, and he's very strong and light, and he tried, and he got into a kind of a head space where he thought he should compete with me in a practice. But I was 27 and he was 55 at the time. And he lasted about like 8 minutes where he said, oh, fuck this. I'm not doing a handstand between each asana. But now me, I don't know if I've done a handstand in the last year and 2 months. So I know how it feels to be on the on both sides of it.
But you have it. If you have your practice, you will have the handstands. If you do it a few times, and it will come back. It's
for
easy.
me, it's the hamstrings, as I was saying. Like hamstrings are not in the same shape. I'm not in shape.
No.
And so if the hamstrings aren't long, then I'm not going to be able to compress the pelvis.
No.
So basically I'm just doing a little hop. And and I've got herniated lumbar spine anyway. So it's like that's difficult to bend forward when your lumbar spine is herniated. So there's no mechanism to do the lift, to do the press.
Sad.
It's fine. Everything is sad.
Fun.
Yeah, that's because the Swedes have seasonally affected mood disorder. We are depressives. It's just sad, and then you embrace the sadness.
No, but
you love.
You know what? Once when I came to Petri, actually it was 1.5 years ago. He was here in Stockholm, and I was going to attend his workshop, and I did have some issues somewhere, and I couldn't do my handstands. And I said to him when I came there, like I was a newbie to the practice. I cannot do my handstands, I said. And he was like, well, you can do many other things. So it was just, that was a great practice. So
yeah. We tend to focus on the thing we can't do instead of all the things we can do.
Exactly. And with the injuries, we learn so much, and we should be more humble to heal. And it's good to have the injuries or the bad days, because every bad day is a good practice after the bad practice. What I mean?
In these bad years that I'm having, I just try to find a way to get length back into my hamstring, and I'm not. They're not long enough to get back into a handstand, to press into a handstand. But that's the practice right now. It's quite basic, and I have to be okay with that.
Yes.
That okay, this is what it is. Okay, I have to. This is the major vulnerability in my practice, is the hamstrings have all tightened up from walking dogs. That I have to find length here. Yeah, that's it. That's the one job.
But isn't it also muscles that we need to build? Because that is also what I can feel with the practice, that we lose muscles here and there because we only stay with the practice. We need to build the glutes. We need to work on the thighs. So we might, after many years of practicing Ashtanga yoga, we might need some extra.
Do you do
anything? Elastic bands, or I don't go to the gym. Never.
No.
What? What did you say?
You're not going to the gym.
Sounds like she might do a little extra things.
I have a style bar upstairs. Yes, of course I do. But I am now and then I do the elastic bands. Like I need to strengthen my glutes and my hamstrings. So even if I have a very good flexibility in my hamstrings, I need to strengthen my glutes. And I need to work with the legs, and now I do the rehab for the shoulders, and it's very boring. But I do it every second day. If one person tells me do it a few times a week, I end up doing it every day, but I have to learn doing it every second day instead, so I can be a lot. But I try to do it every second day. So
that's amazing. I get the sense, like your personality, I get the sense with a lot of very dedicated practitioners that you have a very organized system, life. Everything has its place, and it's very organized, and it's like systematic, and it's like same like maybe it varies a little day to day, but it's very organized. I guess that's the only word I know. Yes, right? I know, I can tell. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do it every other day. It's gonna be at this time. It's gonna be right before the which is great for habit building. It's great for cultivating discipline and regularity and building your practice and building good habits.
But then also it doesn't become a thing. It's like people ask, I know they ask you too, how do you manage to stay on the mat every day? It's like you don't think about it, you just do it. It's like brushing teeth. That is the best.
She hates to brush her teeth every day.
I actually don't brush my teeth every day. I have a real problem. No, that's what I'm saying. I really have a real problem with organization in this way, like routine. Habitual, like doing the same thing at the same. That was the part I hated about the practice the most, actually. Was the getting up at the same time every day, doing the same thing every day. It wasn't the sequence. That never bothered me, because as you say, the practice is always different. It was like the routine of things. I mean, I know in a way it's good for me, but I think my brain is just wired differently that it doesn't
It's
adapt well to that. I start to get really depressed, actually, if things are always the same like that. If I have no creative kind of chaos in my world.
Whereas I find it quite disturbing.
Yeah, but that's why you two suit each other, because you are different, maybe. And also Ashtanga yoga is good for you because you get one thing that is organized in your life, and then you can like this get crazy.
Left to my own devices, I will get up at the same time every day. I will drink at the same minute. I will have my meal exactly the same food every day.
Yeah, I am the same.
And I have no problem with it at all. And like these Saturday days off were always distressing. Throws everything off.
Yeah, you're very systematized that way. Also, you have that in your DNA.
And then you throw me these curveballs. We have to talk
so funny.
to
I
a
am
Swedish
like,
handstanding hairdresser today. And I was like, what?
Yes.
But like I'm very organized, just not in that kind of way where I do the same things every day. My every day is usually different for me.
But now you can do it. Now you can do it in your way. You don't have to do it like regularly. You can take the practice 12 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock, or
I'm just curious if there's like a type of personality that really I'm going to say flourishes with Ashtanga yoga, and is also then attracted to Ashtanga yoga. Whereas maybe like another personality is less attracted to it just because of that. Because in order to get good at it, you have to do it every day at the same time, the same way, the same place.
But didn't you get good at it?
Yeah, because I followed the method. Now I'm not good at it anymore because I do it all haphazard.
but you liked it.
It's nothing about. But it's not. We don't have, no.
But when I say good, I mean like physically, physical excellence.
That was what I wanted to say.
I know. I was reading your mind.
Thank you.
No, it's like for different purposes. But like, I mean, we sort of measure your progress through physical growth rather than through things that invisible growth that we can't see, right? Like your mental stability, your emotional stability, your spiritual sense of connection, or we can't see that. You can't post a picture of that on Instagram.
No.
Right.
No.
So you can only post like the progression of your handstand growth.
Exactly. And how funny is that? It's not so funny to see.
No, but it's amazing because you can see yourself getting better, which is very encouraging and motivating for people. Yeah. But also you have to have that kind of discipline, that kind of regularity that you're saying that you are very good at. Like, and you thrive in that environment, obviously. Yeah. You love it.
I love it.
It makes you feel alive.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. But I think we have to find our own way what suits us, you. Totally. Like you. If you don't like to do it every day in the same time, why should we do it? We are free persons. We can do whatever we like if it suits us. It's like, look at my cat in behind. He's with us in the conversation here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's taking it in. He's like the sage.
Yes, he's with me on the mat. No, but it is good to not be too hard on yourself, because I need to say that to myself as well. But it's because if we do it in our own way, that is good. We feel good,
Yes, I like that as the focus. Like making how you're feeling from the thing the focus, rather than like following the rigidity of the practice, right? Like,
because it's anyway, you stick to the practice because it works. the tradition we have in our bodies, it works to practice it, and we feel good with it. So we don't have to change that, but we can change 5 minutes here and there.
Yeah.
You know,
or 5 hours.
or 5 hours. Yes. But I get so hungry if I wait too long.
I know. That's always the problem. That's always the real difficulty, for sure.
Yeah.
Lotta, I want to ask you a question, because it seems like there's a contradiction, or maybe an opportunity to be disgruntled, given your lifestyle. That when you were at home in Stockholm, you have your business, your setup, your practice, your children are gone, you have your cats, everything is in its proper place.
Yes. Very good.
But you are very popular.
Very good.
And so I don't know how this happened, but now you travel constantly to teach people how to be a handstanding grandma. And I would think this would be awful to have your entire schedule thrown off and out the window every other week, that
Maybe
you have to go travel. It seems like it would be a problem.
Yes. You know, every time I love to teach. I love to teach the handstand workshops. They just come with the workshop in the weekend. So I cannot say no handstands, because people want to learn handstands. When I'm there, they want to learn handstands. And I'm more like, can we do twists, hips and twists, or something else? But
I'm like, can we just sit here and talk about philosophy?
Exactly. No, but it is so nice to meet new people, to meet new yogis, and to see other places. But really, honestly, I am a homey person. So every time I'm going to travel, it's like, I don't want to go. But then I'm there, I'm like, I'm like, oh, this is so nice. And I forget it in 5 minutes. So I'm like, Find Nemo in the Doris, the fish Doris in that.
Dory, you forget.
Yes, I forget. I am the one. Yeah, but Doris, the fish in Find Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Yes,
Nemo.
I am Doris.
But do you get so like into your routine in the place, because you teach a lot of retreats, right, which are sort of like a week-long thing?
Yeah,
you get so into your routine in the place, then you're like kind of sad to leave, or are you excited to go home?
Yeah, no, I am sad to leave as well. It's like every time I say bye-bye to people, it's like, I'm crying.
It's changing.
Yes,
that's so
weird.
Yeah,
but it's
delightful.
Nice. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
No, so nice. It's nice to be out traveling and meet the people, and then it's very nice to come home and come to work and do the different thing. Yeah. And I'm not tired the first day I work, but the second day I can feel that I was away all weekend. So I'm not 25 anymore. I am a little bit older than that. Yeah. So then I realized, I should have taken maybe one day off in between the work. But it's fine.
It's fine.
I think that's really interesting too, actually, because I think sometimes people who, like for me, when I had a yoga school and like was teaching yoga and practicing really like, in my routine, everything's yoga.
Yeah.
And I think when you practice yoga and you love yoga, you think, oh, that's the life I want. I just want to do yoga all the time.
Yeah.
But I think it's really nice, actually, that you have this other job that you enjoy that is not yoga, because I think it allows you to stay enjoying the yoga so that it doesn't become like work. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I agree, totally agree.
Yeah,
because when I meet like Natalia, for instance, we don't want to talk about yoga. she doesn't want to talk about yoga. That is not how you enjoy time together with teachers. Sort of. Sometimes, of course, we do because it's fun to do. No, but it's good to totally shift. And one more funny thing is that my customers, not all of my customers knows that I have an Instagram account. So that is even more fun. So I try to keep it a little bit like, they know I practice, of course, but not
they don't look you up.
No.
I follow my hairdresser on Instagram.
Oh, that's good.
He's not doing handstands though.
No, he used to own the Denver Broncos.
No, he didn't. His family did.
No,
but he mostly just posts himself looking very
nice hair. Yeah. All the players in the Broncos had nice hair.
Broncos. No, but it is nice to have that shift to work.
Yeah.
And as well, keep it a little bit like two worlds.
Yeah.
Of course, they know that I travel, but it's also really fun to see their faces when they realize I have a big account. It's like it's fun.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Do you ever teach on like those online platforms like Allo or I don't know what they are?
No.
Like no.
In person.
No.
Just in person.
Yeah.
I do. I have a few privates on Zoom, but when it was COVID, I was thinking, what can I do? Can I help? Can I do something? And I started to do privates, but not so many because I have my work already busy. So it was more few privates, and I still have them. It's very nice. I stick to the routine. I have the same private.
I love that. If someone wants to work with you, they have to commit. They're going to stick to a day.
Yes.
Every week, same time.
Yes.
So good.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
Which one of your parents do you think you're more like?
What my parents think, or what I
do. Which one which one do you most resemble as far as your personality? You're more like your father. He is a routine man. And he is a handstander.
No.
He was a badass on diving from the trampoline.
He was a trampoline man.
He was the trampoline man. Yes, he was quite famous when I was a little. He was like famous. No, not famous. He was famous around the area. This crazy man doing that jump. So
the crazy trampoline.
No, but I think he is the one I can see myself a lot in him. I know his feelings when he doesn't want to leave his house or change the routine, and he doesn't want to come here for Christmas Eve because he always been in his house. So
fantastic. What did he do for work? Did he build trampolines? What was his job?
He was working with actually in the flower business.
Nice.
Florist, what do you say?
Florist.
Not florist, but he was he had a huge company that sold the stuff to the florist shops.
Like the bulk flowers and the
and pots and stuff.
Flowers and pots,
pots and stuff.
And did your mother help him with that business?
No, she was a teacher. She was a school teacher.
And is she quite wild and liberated? As far as different from you and your father?
She, a little bit more, but she's not wild. She's full of energy. You know, she turns 80 this year. And she's everywhere. She's baking for grandchildren. She's doing so much things all the time.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's retired but busier than ever.
Like your
She's
mom.
so busy.
Yeah.
And she
Harmony's
said
mom's the
today.
same.
Yeah. How old is she?
70
something. 70.
Yeah.
I think she's 68, 69.
No, she'll be
Your dad just turned 70.
this.
She
They're
older than
young.
your dad?
71 this year.
She older than your dad?
No, she'll be 70 this year.
Yeah.
2023.
She's 69 turning 70.
Yeah.
Yeah. So amazing. We are almost the same age than your mom and me.
Yeah. No. You're only 56?
You are a Gen Xer.
Yeah.
Gen X.
You're only 56.
We are
That's
Gen
so
X.
young.
Yeah. We are listening to Duran Duran. Come on.
That's
Yeah.
so young.
Okay. Yeah. That was my husband's favorite. Duran
Really?
Duran and Wham.
Hungry like the
Wham.
wolf and
Wham.
Wham.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was not into ABBA.
No.
No.
It's too retro.
Even if I was, even if I'm Swede. Yeah. So I am more like my father, and
but I think you must have the energy of your mother because
yes,
you go.
You've been
I'm
balancing a lot of big things for many years without feeling burnt out or overwhelmed or stopping.
That is something that I don't understand. Burned out. It's like go to sleep, eat good. No, of course I'm joking now, but it's more of slowing down. If you feel like you're tired, you have to slow down. And if I feel tired, I try to get a few days off work in the future when I can. But if I know I have a few days off work, I know I have them and I feel better
already
immediately. Yeah.
I never thought that I was like a kapha person. I always thought that I was quite pitta. But as I've gotten to know me better, I've realized that if there's an ounce of energy to be conserved, I will conserve it. I will not waste. I will I need to lie down now. I'm gonna go lie down.
Yeah, I wish I could sometimes. Like 3:20 every day. It feels like
that's what happens though with the practice. I think
you get up
early morning practice, even if it's not early, just like that 2 hours. I mean, honestly, if you work out 2 hours a day doing asana, you're an elite athlete.
Yes. And
like
then
you're training like an elite athlete.
You need to sleep
of course then you get tired at 3 and you're holding down a full-time job. So
it's tough.
Yeah.
Actually, that is what I have a customer. He says to me, you know, Lotta, that you are doing your practice like an athlete.
Yeah.
On that level, I'm like, well, I haven't thought about that.
You are.
Yeah,
indeed.
100%.
Yeah.
It's
I went to my
training.
I went to my masseur today, and she heals, and she's really into like crystals and stuff, and it's very nice to go to her. And I go to her once a week or twice every second week, not twice a week. I said wrong.
Yeah,
twice a month.
Every other.
And she said to me, Lotta, maybe you should start thinking of slowing down a little bit. And what? What are you saying? No. And she says, I know you have heard it before, but it could be good to do some yin yoga too, to be there just on the bolster and rest a little bit. No, but take more time for yourself, maybe, she said. So I think that is a good idea. She sees through my soul.
Crispy soul on the edges.
Yeah. I'm like a book. She can tell. She knew exactly when I went into the room. She could see that I was like this morning I was a little bit, I didn't have my cold bath, and I did my practice, and all was good. And I felt a little bit low, and then I went to her, and I went, feel fine. So
beautiful.
Yeah,
she brought that softness back in.
Yes, yes. No, when she and I know she takes care of my shoulder, so even if she doesn't touch, physically touch it, she can really help it to heal. So that is amazing. Yeah.
Well,
I listen to her.
I really want to thank you for spending all this time with us. And I wish people could follow you on Instagram the way that we do. Can we repeat? Or the Instagram will be on the show notes, but what's the Instagram handle again? Just one more time.
Lotta Sebzda Yoga.
And any dots in between?
No.
Lotta dot Sebzda?
No, it's the same.
Yoga?
It's like.
But we have to ask one more question.
You have one more question?
Before you go, because
this
is what everyone wants to know, because you're this like beautiful, vibrant, aging with grace, doing advanced series, handstands, all of the things.
Wood sprite.
You are too kind.
So we kind of talked a little bit about your morning routine, waking up sort of 6:30, coffee, a few little nice stretches, your practice. Then you go to work most days. Then you come home. Do you have an evening routine? Do you do anything at night?
I come home.
Does her handstands?
Yeah, definitely not. I don't move. I cannot move a thing. No.
Yeah.
I do. We have dinner, and then it's like nothing else. We
just
talk a little bit, relax. We have to, I have to see my husband a little bit in the evening.
Yeah.
I want to see him a little bit in the evening. And we look at television together sometimes. But then, of course, it's bedtime, quite like 10:30. I try to go to bed.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And then, so it's not many
7.
hours. It's a little bit, it's a little bit too little time at home.
Yeah.
In the evening. It's a short evening.
You don't get home until...
But that's
late.
That's a good 8-9 hours of sleep, though. That's nice.
No. I don't fall asleep. I don't fall asleep.
Away.
No.
She gets home at 8 p.m.
Yeah. But 10:30, she's falling asleep.
10:30. No, I don't fall asleep. I
goes to bed.
You go to bed.
Then I can read. I don't have my phone with me.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So
there's plenty to read.
Nobody can expect to be having comments answered past 9 p.m.
No.
So then,
actually, if I'm alone at home, if Andrew is not at home and I am by myself, I can have my telephone with scrolling through Instagram because he's not there.
Wow!
I feel like a teenager.
Yeah. See, you have a little naughtiness there that you like to.
Of course. Yeah. And then he now he's calling. And he's calling now when I just told you this.
I thought it was getting late for you. I was like, I'm sorry, we're keeping you.
No, it's fine. I have 10 more minutes.
Okay, 10 more minutes. The question was, though, also...
I thought you asked the question about
that was
routine.
one of the questions, but then also, are you vegan? Do you eat a vegan diet? Is that primarily what you're...
That's a very personal question.
No, everyone wants to know. What do you eat? How much you sleep? What do you do? These are the questions.
I better say it now so I don't have to...
questions.
No, I am vegan, but I have one cheese I love. It's like... So I can not say I'm 100% vegan, but I'm 99.9 vegan or 99.5.
Stinton.
I have a very nice vegan, not vegan, very nice organic goat cheese. That is like
cheese. It'd be nice on a cracker.
Yeah. When Andrew goes to the special shop buying that cheese, I'm like cutting big bits.
Yeah.
And I eat crisps, I eat chips, I love it. As long as it's organic, I can eat everything.
The athletes need more carbs. They do.
I don't, I was so much into diet when I was young, too much, so it wasn't healthy for me. So now, because I am a habit person and I stick to my rules, it's not it's good for me to
not have so many rules in that area.
Exactly. So I
sense,
eat my crisps if I feel like, and I enjoy it. And it doesn't, doesn't hurt.
No. Yeah. And you eat your oatmeal chocolate cashew cookies.
Yes.
The vegan
Cookies, yes. I have the
cookies.
They're still cookies. They're delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay,
nice.
send us the recipe.
I send you the recipe. Yes. It's so nice. Yes. So, and also I don't eat gluten, and I haven't eaten gluten for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Yeah, that's it.
That's
no alcohol.
No alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol isn't very good, is it?
No,
my husband loves it.
Oh, yeah. What does he drink? Does he?
He drinks organic wine, and he's into this. What do you call it? We say natural wine in Sweden.
Like homebrew.
No. It's more fresh. It's more.
Wow. I think I know.
Naturvin.
Naturvin. That means natural wine.
Naturvin. Yeah, sort of natural wine, and you have organic, biodynamic of those, and he says it's so good for you.
Yes. Yeah.
But you say no.
No. It turns your intestines into inflammation. Yeah. Or what did you say?
Yeah.
Rot.
And he's like,
your intestines rot.
He's coughing, and
oh no.
No, I was only joking.
Yeah.
Where am I now? At like 3 months not drinking. 4 months? Am I 4 months not drinking?
No, 1 month.
Well, I had a drink at New Year's Eve. Yes, I did. Thank you very much for reminding me.
But didn't you find, because I found it when I started to practice, the body told me what I wanted to eat. Do you remember how it was for you?
It said you must eat more eggs. I dreamed of them.
Really?
My body said to me
protein?
At one point, it's like it would send me. I was drifting on a giant waves of fried eggs. It's like you must eat eggs. And I was like, man, I haven't eten eggs since I was a teenager. It's ridiculous.
Strange. Yeah. And you, Harmony, you don't remember?
I don't remember. I remember when I first started practicing, I had to stop drinking coffee.
Wow.
And I also stopped drinking alcohol. But I've drank alcohol since then.
Have you?
Yeah.
But for a good probably 10 years I didn't drink alcohol. And I also started drinking coffee again. But for probably about a year to 2 years I couldn't drink coffee.
What's this stuff from Argentina you drink?
Mate,
it's
yerba
everywhere.
mate.
I can't get it out of my...
I love yerba mate.
I haven't tried.
Sits in the kitchen
I tried
all
it
day.
once. No, but that was the same for me. I didn't want to have the wine and the coffee as well. But then I was like, no, coffee I'm not going to stop with. So I tried to drink it, and then it worked. So I continued drinking coffee, but no alcohol.
I tried to stop drinking coffee, and it made my head hurt, and I would never again.
No detox for me. Thank you.
It was really uncomfortable to not drink it, and I was not. It was unpleasant.
The thing is like when I wasn't drinking it, I felt fine, but I was still having caffeine because I was still drinking like green tea, white tea, yerba mate.
You were super loading on the caffeine.
Yeah, I never am caffeine free. I don't like it. I feel I get very depressed. Yeah, so I can give up coffee, but I will not give up caffeine.
That doesn't make any sense.
I cannot give up coffee.
Not for longer than like a short period of time.
Like 3 hours.
3 hours. No.
Even on like the Vipassana meditation retreats, I still drink black tea.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee. Black tea.
That is also funny when they come, when we do the retreats. It's like, oh, you have coffee here. Because they believe we don't have coffee because we serve vegan food and it's so healthy. But the coffee... But my friend Cici, she doesn't drink coffee, so she brings it there, and she's like, oh well, we have the coffee here, and she makes matcha, and that's good.
Yeah, Laruga loves the matcha.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, also in Sweden.
Yeah, we have good matcha here.
Yeah.
On the retreats, they often find me in a closet, like chewing raw cloves of garlic, and it's like I'm found all like
he loves garlic.
Russell's in
and
the
onions.
closet with
That's
like
so
a
nice.
whole ball
But
of garlic.
not raw.
And then they tell me, it's like, no, you shouldn't eat garlic. It's very stimulating. While they chug liters of coffee. Oh, that garlic's so and there's garlic's so stimulating. And I'm like, what the? Are you kidding me right now with the garlic stimulation talk, you caffeinated freak?
I think it has to do with it smelling bad.
Oh, whatever.
But do you eat garlic raw?
Yes.
Oh
I eat a
God.
bulb of garlic raw per day, for sure. And I plan to
wow.
live
He
over
puts it in his hummus.
into my hummus, into my macaroni and cheese.
But that is nice.
Everything I can, every little guacamole, every last thing I can put garlic into. We eat between us.
He's
2
afraid
bulbs.
of vampires.
I'm not afraid of them anymore.
No, it's good for the ticks as well. The ticks, because you have the dogs, because they don't like garlic eating people.
Really?
Ticks.
No. Yeah.
The little creatures.
I didn't know that.
Suck
They don't
your
like
blood.
garlic.
Yeah.
Well, the dogs. How did you get downstairs? Oh, this dog.
All right,
the female dog
we should go.
lets the freeze. Once she finds out that the baby dog is trapped, she goes and frees it so you can come down here and poop. Every time. I've had enough. We should go. We're gonna have to take care of this.
Lotta, thank you so much for being with us and coming here. It was so fun.
It was really fun.
Nice conversation with you. I wish we could just talk for another few hours.
I would really like to come.
Maybe we'll do a part
Sweden.
2.
Yeah, we do part 2, and you come to Sweden. We have a guest room here. Yes.
We could do a live show in Sweden.
That'd be nice.
With the Swedish listeners. Handstand workshop. Yeah, I'll stretch my hamstrings.
And you're gonna be in Turkey in July, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you are in June?
I'm just gonna say to the two of you, that's a maybe. There's a lot going on there right now.
That area was fine.
10,000 people have died.
Yeah, but
it's a
that
lot.
Area of Turkey was okay.
Let's just be sensitive to the Turkish people.
Okay.
They're going through a lot right now.
Okay.
We will see about how it goes. But you are going to York. Yeah, you too. You are going to York.
I'm never invited anymore. No.
You have to stick to the dogs.
Yeah. I have to take care of the dogs. Yeah.
But they are amazing in York.
Yeah, you were just there.
Yeah. Very nice.
And you're going back too, right?
Next year.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Beautiful.
And you go now in May? No,
I'll go in May. Yes.
Yeah.
I will take care of the dogs.
You will have that's good, Russell.
I will have so much more time to do yoga when Harmony is out of the house. You have no idea.
and eat your garlic.
Eat my garlic.
Right. Yeah. Well, we will catch you somewhere along the way. At some retreat somewhere along the way. I look forward to meeting you in person one day soon.
That'd be lovely. You're lovely to
Same
talk
to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank your husband for giving up his quality time with you tonight so we could spend
it was all of it.
Thank
all
you.
of today's time.
Okay.
If he was here, he should have been here everywhere around you. So we should be able. He's a Russell, like a Russell here.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. It's like a big Russell.
It will be a mess. So
I often say that about the podcast as well. It's a mess when I'm involved. I don't know why.
But that's fun.
It's fun.
They listen. It's fine. Thank you very much, Harmony and Russell. It was nice to meet you. Finally.
Nice to meet you, Lotta.
You too.
It's lovely.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.